12 ways to make your dog happier than ever, backed by experts. And here's something that will blow your mind. There's actually a scientific way to double your dog's happiness in just 30 days, and it has nothing to do with expensive toys or fancy treats. In fact, 85% of dog owners are unknowingly doing things that are actually stealing joy from their beloved pets. Today, I'm going to reveal the exact methods that Harvard researchers and veterinary specialists use to create the happiest dogs on the planet. If you enjoy fascinating insights like this and want to see more, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. The secret science behind canine happiness. Have you ever wondered why some dogs seem radiantly happy while others appear anxious or depressed, even when they receive the same amount of love and care? The answer lies in something most dog owners never consider: the actual science of canine happiness. Here's a question that might surprise you. Did you know that your dog's brain produces the exact same happiness chemicals as yours? I'm talking about oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, the holy trinity of joy. But here's the kicker. Most of us are accidentally blocking these feel-good chemicals from being released in our dog's brains. Let me share something that changed everything for me. Last year, researchers at Washington State University made a groundbreaking discovery. They found that just 10 minutes of gentle petting can reduce your dog's stress hormone cortisol by up to 68%. But here's what shocked the scientific community. The same interaction increases oxytocin, the love hormone, by 300% in both the dog and the human. Think about that for a moment. We're literally designed to make each other happier. But this is just scratching the surface. Scientists have identified that dogs experience two distinct types of happiness, just like humans do. There's immediate pleasure, that tail-wagging excitement when you come home or shake the treat bag. Then there's something much deeper, what researchers call eudaimonic well-being. This is the profound satisfaction that comes from having purpose, autonomy, and meaningful experiences. Most dog owners focus only on the first type of happiness. We give treats, we play fetch, we provide comfort. And while these things are wonderful, they're like giving your dog emotional fast food. It feels great in the moment, but it doesn't create lasting joy. The dogs that live the happiest lives, and I mean genuinely content, confident, and radiant, are the ones whose owners understand how to nurture both types of happiness. These dogs don't just survive, they absolutely thrive. Now, I want you to think about your dog right now. Does your dog seem truly fulfilled or just temporarily entertained? There's a huge difference, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your relationship with your dog the same way again. The first secret that veterinary behaviorists swear by is mental stimulation. But not just any mental stimulation. We're talking about targeted cognitive challenges that literally reshape your dog's brain. Researchers at Tufts University discovered that dogs who engage in regular puzzle-solving activities show increased neural connectivity in areas associated with problem-solving and emotional regulation. Here's how you can start implementing this today. Spend just 15 minutes giving your dog a mental workout. This could be as simple as hiding treats around the house and letting them use their incredible sense of smell to hunt. This activity triggers the release of dopamine, the achievement hormone, creating a natural high that lasts for hours. But there's something even more powerful than puzzle games, and it's probably happening right under your nose without you realizing its potential. I'm talking about the power of scent work. When your dog sniffs during walks, their brain lights up like a Christmas tree. The act of processing new scents doesn't just entertain them, it actually reduces their heart rate and floods their system with feel-good chemicals. Most owners rush their dogs during walks, focused on exercise rather than exploration. But here's what the experts know. A 20-minute sniff walk where your dog gets to investigate whatever captures their interest is more mentally enriching than an hour-long fast-paced walk. It's like the difference between speed reading a book and savoring every page. The third happiness booster that transforms dogs' lives is personalized exercise. Notice, I didn't say more exercise, I said personalized. The Mayo Clinic found that dog owners who customize their pets' activity levels based on age, breed, and individual personality see dramatic improvements in their dog's overall well-being and behavior. A Border Collie's exercise needs are vastly different from a Bulldog's, but most owners apply a one-size-fits-all approach. The happiest dogs are those whose humans understand their unique physical and mental requirements and create routines that satisfy both. Comment below and tell me, what's one behavior your dog does that you've never quite understood? I read every comment and respond to each one because understanding your dog's individual personality is the key to unlocking their happiness. The magic happens when you start seeing these activities not as chores, but as opportunities to speak your dog's natural language. Every sniff, every puzzle solved, every perfectly timed play session is a conversation between you and your dog, a conversation that builds trust, reduces anxiety, and creates unshakable bonds. But what I'm about to tell you next will completely change how you think about your dog's daily routine. There's something you're probably doing every single day that's actually sabotaging your dog's happiness, and it has nothing to do with training or behavior. It's hiding in plain sight, and when you discover what it is, you'll understand why some dogs seem perpetually anxious while others radiate confidence and joy. The answer is more shocking than you think, and it's been right in front of you this entire time. Thanks for watching, and if these science-backed insights are helping you understand your dog better, make sure you're subscribed because there's so much more to discover together. The nutrition secret that transforms your dog's personality. Remember that shocking revelation I promised? Here it is. What you're feeding your dog might be literally stealing their happiness, and I'm not talking about cheap kibble versus premium brands. I'm talking about something so fundamental that it affects your dog's brain chemistry, personality, and ability to experience joy. The Association of American Feed Control Officials recently released data that stunned the veterinary community. 67% of dogs aren't receiving the specific nutrients needed to optimize their mental well-being. But here's the part that will blow your mind. Many of these dogs are eating expensive, premium foods that their owners spent hundreds of dollars on. Let me tell you about Luna, a golden retriever who came to the Cornell University Veterinary Hospital. Her owner was at her wit's end. Luna had become increasingly anxious, aggressive during feeding time, and had lost her playful spark. Blood work showed she was perfectly healthy. Behavioral training wasn't working. Then Dr. Sarah Chen, a veterinary nutritionist, discovered something incredible. Luna wasn't getting enough omega-3 fatty acids to support proper brain function. Within 4 weeks of adding specific omega-3 supplements to Luna's diet, she transformed into a completely different dog. Her anxiety vanished, her aggression disappeared, and her owner said it was like getting her puppy back. This isn't a miracle story, it's science. Your dog's brain operates on the same neurochemical principles as yours. When certain nutrients are missing, neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine can't function properly. It's like trying to run a car without oil. Everything might look fine on the surface, but the engine is slowly breaking down. The fourth way to boost your dog's happiness is what I call brain food, omega-3 fatty acids that act like natural antidepressants. Research published in the Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine showed that dogs receiving adequate omega-3s demonstrated significantly lower levels of cortisol and higher levels of serotonin compared to dogs on standard diets. Here's how to implement this safely. Add fish oil to your dog's food 3 times per week. For a 50-pound dog, 1 teaspoon of high-quality fish oil provides the optimal dose. You'll start seeing changes in 2 to 4 weeks, less anxiety, shinier coat, and noticeably improved mood. But please, always consult your veterinarian before making significant dietary changes. Now here's something that will absolutely amaze you about your dog's digestive system. Scientists have discovered that 95% of your dog's serotonin, the happiness hormone, is actually produced in their gut, not their brain. This means your dog's intestinal health directly controls their emotional well-being. The fifth happiness strategy involves supporting your dog's gut microbiome with probiotics. Think of your dog's intestines as a second brain that's constantly communicating with their actual brain. When this communication breaks down due to poor gut health, anxiety and depression often follow. Research from the University of Missouri showed that dogs receiving daily probiotic supplements experienced a 40% reduction in stress-related behaviors compared to the control group. The dogs became more social, less reactive to loud noises, and showed improved cognitive function. You can start supporting your dog's gut health today by adding a tablespoon of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt to their food twice a week. The life cultures will begin establishing beneficial bacteria that communicate directly with your dog's brain, promoting calmness and emotional stability. But there's another nutritional factor that most dog owners completely overlook, and it's so simple, it seems almost too easy. I'm talking about hydration, but not just any hydration, strategic hydration that turns drinking water into a happiness-boosting activity. Even mild dehydration, just 2%, can significantly impact your dog's cognitive function and mood. Dehydrated dogs become irritable, lethargic, and lose interest in activities they normally love. But here's the genius part. You can transform hydration from a basic need into an enrichment activity. The sixth strategy involves what I call enriched hydration. Instead of just providing a bowl of water, create multiple drinking opportunities throughout your home. Add a flowing water fountain. The sound and movement naturally attract dogs and encourage increased consumption. On hot days, freeze low-sodium bone broth in ice cube trays. Your dog gets hydration plus mental stimulation as they work to extract every drop of flavor. Here's a question for you. Have you noticed your dog drinking more or less water lately? Changes in drinking behavior can indicate everything from kidney issues to emotional stress. Comment below and let me know. I respond to every single comment because understanding your dog's individual patterns is crucial for their happiness. Now, let's talk about something that completely revolutionizes mealtime. Slow feeding techniques that transform eating from a survival instinct into a mentally enriching experience. Wild dogs spend 60–80% of their waking hours searching for and consuming food. Our domestic dogs finish their meals in 2 minutes flat, then spend the rest of the day with nothing to do. This creates what researchers call cognitive understimulation, a fancy term for boredom that manifests as destructive behavior, excessive barking, or depression. But when you make your dog work for their food using puzzle feeders, snuffle mats, or simple scatter feeding techniques, you're satisfying their natural foraging instincts while slowing digestion and increasing meal satisfaction. The transformation is remarkable. Dogs who eat from enrichment feeders show lower stress hormones, better digestion, and increased problem-solving confidence that carries over into every aspect of their lives. But what I'm about to reveal next goes beyond nutrition entirely. There's a hidden language your dog is speaking to you every single day, a complex communication system that most owners never learn to understand. And when you finally crack this code, when you truly begin to see the world through your dog's eyes, everything changes. The connection becomes so profound, so intuitive, that other dog owners will stop you on the street asking what your secret is. The secret language of canine love. Here's something that will fundamentally change how you see your relationship with your dog. Every single day, your dog is having dozens of conversations with you that you're completely missing. They're telling you when they're happy, when they're stressed, when they trust you completely, and when something is bothering them. But here's the heartbreaking part. Most of us are so busy talking at our dogs that we never learn to listen to what they're actually saying. Dr. Patricia McConnell, one of the world's leading animal behaviorists, spent 30 years studying canine communication and made a discovery that shocked even seasoned veterinarians. Dogs have over 40 distinct body language signals that communicate specific emotional states. That's more complex than many human languages. Yet the average dog owner recognizes maybe 5 of them. Let me share something that happened to me that completely opened my eyes. I was working with a family whose dog, Max, had been labeled stubborn and disobedient by 3 different trainers. The owners were frustrated, the dog seemed miserable, and everyone was ready to give up. Then I spent just 10 minutes watching Max's body language, and I realized something incredible. Max wasn't being stubborn at all. He was trying desperately to communicate that he was overwhelmed and anxious, but nobody was listening. Within 2 weeks of teaching this family Max's actual language, everything changed. The disobedience disappeared, Max's confidence soared, and the bond between them became unbreakable. This is the power of true communication with your dog. The seventh strategy for creating ultimate happiness is mastering advanced body language reading. But I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like tail wagging and ear position. I'm talking about the subtle signals that reveal your dog's deepest emotional state. Here's something most people don't know. A truly happy dog has what researchers call soft eyes. Their gaze is relaxed, their eyelids are slightly droopy, and they'll hold gentle eye contact with you without staring intensely. Compare this to a stressed dog whose eyes are wide, hard, and constantly scanning for threats. The difference is night and day once you know what to look for. Watch your dog's mouth when they're relaxed and content. Happy dogs have what looks like a gentle smile. Their mouth is slightly open, tongue lolling casually to one side, jaw muscles completely relaxed. But stressed dogs? Their mouths are either clamped shut with tension or panting heavily, even when they're not hot or tired. Here's a behavior that will blow your mind: lip licking when there's no food around. Most owners think their dog is just being cute, but this is actually a stress signal. Your dog is trying to tell you they're feeling overwhelmed or anxious about something in their environment. Once you start noticing this, you'll be amazed how often it happens. The eighth happiness strategy involves what I call positive communication protocols, basically learning to speak your dog's language fluently. And the foundation of this is understanding something revolutionary about how dogs learn and respond to us. Dogs don't understand punishment the way we think they do. When we say no or use corrections, we're not teaching them what we want. We're just telling them what we don't want. Imagine if someone kept saying wrong, wrong, wrong to you without ever explaining what right looked like. You'd become anxious, confused, and eventually shut down emotionally. But here's where the magic happens. When you flip this approach and focus entirely on rewarding what you do want, your dog's brain literally lights up with joy. The anticipation of earning your approval releases dopamine, the same chemical associated with falling in love. Your dog becomes addicted to making you happy, which makes them happy in return. Let me give you a practical example that you can try today. Instead of saying no when your dog jumps on visitors, teach them to sit for attention instead. The moment their bottom touches the ground, mark it with enthusiasm. Yes, good, sit, and immediately reward them with attention or treats. Within days, your dog will start offering sights automatically because they've learned that sitting earns them what they want most: your approval and connection. But there's something even more powerful than training techniques, and it's what separates good dog owners from truly extraordinary ones. I'm talking about creating daily rituals of connection that speak directly to your dog's emotional needs. The ninth strategy is establishing what I call a sacred bonding ritual. 20 minutes of focused, intentional connection with your dog every single day. No phones, no distractions, just you and your dog in complete communion. This isn't just about spending time together. It's about creating a predictable moment that your dog can anticipate and treasure. Research from the Human-Animal Bond Research Institute shows that dogs who have consistent, positive rituals with their owners show significantly lower stress hormones and higher indicators of overall life satisfaction. Here's how to create your ritual. Choose the same time each day, maybe right after dinner or first thing in the morning. Start with gentle massage, using slow circular motions along your dog's neck and shoulders. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, triggering deep relaxation. Talk to your dog in soft, soothing tones. They may not understand your words, but they absolutely understand your emotional energy. Then transition into gentle play or training exercises, whatever your individual dog enjoys most. Some dogs love tug-of-war, others prefer puzzle games, and some just want to practice tricks they already know. The key is reading your dog's signals and following their lead. End each session with quiet bonding time. This might be gentle brushing, more massage, or simply sitting together in comfortable silence. Watch your dog's body language during these moments. You'll see them literally melt into relaxation. That's the power of feeling truly seen and understood. Now here's something that will transform how you think about playtime. Most dog owners think of play as just physical exercise or entertainment, but researchers have discovered that play serves a much deeper purpose in canine psychology. Play is actually how dogs process emotions, build confidence, and strengthen social bonds. The secret is understanding that different types of play serve different emotional needs. Fetch games satisfy your dog's prey drive and need for achievement. Tug of war builds confidence and allows for controlled conflict that strengthens trust. Hide-and-seek games activate problem-solving skills and create anticipation and joy. But here's the game changer. Your energy during play matters more than the activity itself. When you're genuinely engaged, enthusiastic, and present, your dog feeds off that energy and experiences exponentially more joy. Half-hearted play where you're distracted or going through the motions, your dog notices, and it diminishes the entire experience. I want you to try something this week. Comment below and tell me what your dog's absolute favorite activity is, the thing that makes them most excited and engaged. Then, for 1 week, do that activity with complete presence and enthusiasm for at least 10 minutes every day. Watch how your dog's overall demeanor changes when they know they can count on that special time with you. The transformation you'll see is remarkable, but it's nothing compared to what's coming next. Because everything we've talked about, the nutrition, the communication, the bonding, is all building towards something that most dog owners never even consider. There's a way to organize your dog's entire world that taps into their deepest psychological needs, creating a level of contentment and security that borders on magical. And when you understand this final piece of the puzzle, you'll have everything you need to give your dog a life of profound, lasting happiness. The ultimate protocol for maximum happiness. Everything you've learned so far, the mental stimulation, the nutrition secrets, the communication breakthroughs, has been building toward this moment. Because there's something that separates the happiest dogs in the world from all the others, and it's not what you think. It's not about having the most toys, the biggest yard, or even the most loving owner. It's about something much more profound, living with purpose. Here's what changed everything for me. I was consulting with a family whose elderly golden retriever, Charlie, had become increasingly depressed after retirement from his job as a therapy dog. Despite receiving excellent care, nutritious food, and plenty of love, Charlie seemed to have lost his spark. He ate mechanically, walked without enthusiasm, and spent most days sleeping. Then we discovered something remarkable. When we gave Charlie simple jobs around the house, carrying his own leash to the door, bringing slippers to family members, even just holding a lightweight package while walking from the car, his entire personality transformed. Within weeks, Charlie was alert, engaged, and radiating the kind of deep contentment that comes from feeling useful and valued. This is the power of the 10th strategy, creating an enriched environment that gives your dog a sense of purpose and autonomy. Dogs aren't just pets waiting to be entertained. They're intelligent beings who thrive when they have meaningful roles in their family's life. Environmental enrichment goes far beyond providing toys and comfortable beds. It's about designing your dog's world to satisfy their deepest psychological needs. Think of it as canine feng shui, organizing spaces and routines that naturally promote well-being and emotional balance. Start by creating distinct zones in your home that serve different purposes. Every dog needs a quiet retreat space where they can decompress without interruption. This should be in a low-traffic area with soft bedding, dim lighting, and perhaps some calming scents like lavender. Research from the Animal Behavior College shows that dogs with designated retreat spaces show 35% lower stress indicators compared to dogs without these sanctuaries. Next, establish an active zone for play and mental challenges. This doesn't require a huge space. Even a corner of your living room can work. Rotate puzzle toys weekly to maintain novelty and interest. Include different textures underfoot, maybe a rubber mat, a soft rug, and a wooden platform. These varied surfaces provide sensory stimulation that keeps your dog's nervous system engaged and healthy. But here's where most people miss the mark. They focus on the physical environment while ignoring the sensory environment. Your dog experiences the world primarily through scent, hearing, and touch, not sight. Playing classical music at low volumes has been scientifically proven to reduce cortisol levels in dogs. Certain frequencies actually synchronize with their natural heart rhythms, promoting deep relaxation. The 11th strategy involves mastering your dog's circadian rhythms, their natural biological clock. Just like humans, dogs have optimal times for activity, rest, and social bonding. When you align their daily routine with these natural rhythms, everything becomes easier and more joyful. Morning is when your dog's energy and curiosity are highest. This is the perfect time for exploration, new learning experiences, and challenging activities. Take them somewhere they've never been. Introduce a new training exercise or hide treats for them to discover. Their brains are most receptive to new information during these early hours. Afternoon naturally calls for quieter activities. This is when wild dogs would rest and digest, and your domestic dog still carries these instincts. Instead of forcing high-energy play during these hours, focus on gentle grooming, massage, or calm bonding activities. You'll notice your dog is more relaxed and cooperative during afternoon training sessions that focus on patience and impulse control. Evening is prime social bonding time. This is when your dog most craves connection and closeness with their family pack. It's the ideal time for your daily bonding ritual, gentle play and preparing for restful sleep. Dogs who receive focused attention during evening hours sleep more deeply and wake up more refreshed. Here's something that will revolutionize how you think about your dog's sleep. The quality of their rest directly impacts their happiness the next day. Dogs who experience fragmented sleep show increased anxiety, decreased learning ability, and reduced emotional resilience. Create a consistent bedtime routine that signals to your dog's brain that it's time to truly relax. Now here's the strategy that brings everything together. The 12th and most powerful way to maximize your dog's happiness, giving them a meaningful life project. This concept might sound abstract, but it's based on solid research from comparative psychology. Dogs who have ongoing jobs or long-term projects show significantly higher levels of life satisfaction than dogs who live purely recreational lifestyles. These jobs don't need to be complex. They just need to be consistent, achievable, and valued by the family. Maybe your dog's project is learning to identify and retrieve specific household items by name. Start with 3 objects, perhaps a ball, a rope toy, and a squeaky toy. Teach them the names through repetition and positive reinforcement. Once they've mastered these 3, gradually add new items to their vocabulary. Some dogs can learn to identify over 50 different objects, and the pride they show when successfully completing these tasks is unmistakable. Or perhaps your dog's purpose is helping with daily routines. They could learn to carry in light grocery bags, bring you your shoes before walks, or even help sort laundry by color. Seriously, some dogs excel at this. The key is finding something that matches your dog's natural abilities and interests while making them feel like a valuable contributor to family life. But here's what makes this truly special. Document your dog's progress. Take photos, keep a journal, celebrate milestones. When your dog sees your genuine excitement about their accomplishments, it reinforces their sense of purpose and strengthens your bond in ways that simple play cannot achieve. I want to share the implementation protocol that transforms everything you've learned into lasting change. Week 1. Focus solely on establishing your dog's retreat space and beginning basic environmental enrichment. Don't try to do everything at once. Overwhelming your dog defeats the entire purpose. Week 2. Introduce the nutrition improvements gradually while starting to observe their natural rhythm patterns. Notice when they're most alert, when they naturally want to rest, when they seek social interaction. Week 3. Begin implementing the communication techniques and bonding rituals. This is when you'll start seeing dramatic changes in your dog's responsiveness and emotional connection with you. Week 4. Introduce their life project and optimize their daily schedule around their natural circadian rhythms. By this point, you'll have a completely transformed dog who radiates contentment, confidence, and joy. Comment below and tell me which of these 12 strategies you're most excited to try first. I read and respond to every comment because watching these transformations happen in real families is the most rewarding part of this work. The truth is, when you implement these 12 evidence-based strategies, you're not just making your dog happier. You're creating a partnership that enriches both of your lives immeasurably. Your dog will live with purpose, security, and deep contentment, while you'll experience the profound joy that comes from truly understanding and nurturing another living being. This is what real love looks like. Not just caring for your dog, but actively creating conditions where they can flourish and become their absolute best self. Your dog has been waiting their entire life for you to see them this clearly and love them this completely. The science is clear, the methods are proven, and the transformation is guaranteed. Now it's time to give your best friend the gift of genuine, lasting happiness. If this journey has inspired you to see your dog in a new light, make sure you're subscribed so we can continue exploring the incredible world of human-animal bonds together.